So these are the ingredients for this recipe. 500 grams of self-rising flour, 100 grams of sugar, 100 grams of butter, 25 grams of baking powder, a pinch of salt, 1 egg yolk, and finally 250 milliliters of whole milk. Let's do this. You can pretty much do this two ways. You can either mix everything in a bowl or just work on your counter. I'm just going to do it in a bowl because it's a bit cleaner. Dump your flour in there. Make sure not to be wild with it like I did. Your baking powder and a pinch of salt. I forgot to mention in the ingredients, I will also be using some vanilla sugar. Just 1 packet will do. Splorned. So these are all of the dry ingredients except for sugar. I'm just going to give them a good mix. No idea why they always add sugar afterwards. Now let's add the butter. I've cut it up into cubes. As you can see, it's a bit easier to work with. Spread it around and knead everything until it's a fine, crumbly mixture. You will be working with your hands a lot for this recipe, so prepare to get dirty. It looked way easier on the videos I've watched. The butter keeps sticking to itself. It's still lumpy. Almost. There we are. I think I've reached the crumbly texture they were speaking about in the videos. Now let's add the sugar. And mix it up again. No idea why they didn't add the sugar before. Maybe so that the butter can stick to the flour, perhaps. Now let's make a little well in the middle. Add in your milk. With your hand or with a spoon or with a knife, just start adding the flour a bit and just keep stirring. Just keep working the dough until all of your flour is incorporated. Make sure that you've washed your hands before doing that. There we go. And now it's time to really knead it. So, scoot over your bowl, grab a little bit of flour, dump it on your surface, spread it around a bit, and then grab your dough and put it on the surface without making the flour explode in every single way and ruining your pans for the time being. But here we are, we're making dough. There we go, then just give it a pat, turn it over, give it another pat with flour, and now we can start kneading. If you have too much flour, just scoot it over and then just use the remaining flour here. And then just knead your dough a couple of times. If your dough is starting to become sticky, add a little bit more flour and just continue the kneading. Make sure that your surface is clean though, otherwise your dough will just be absorbing every piece of filth that is on your counter because it's a giant sticky sponge. Alright, I'm quite pleased with the way that my dough is looking right now. Now it's time to roll it out. Since I don't have a rolling pin, I'm going to improvise with the olive oil bottle, which I've cleaned thoroughly under a running sink with some soap. Take a little bit of flour in your rolling pin, if that makes sense. Do the same with the surface. Plump it on there and just roll you do. Alright, make sure that your dough is not too thin, let's say roughly 3 centimeters. And then take a cookie cutter or something in the shape of a cookie cutter. I have this presentation ring that I had lying around, and then just smush your scones out. There you go, that's a scone. And then just repeat the process for the rest of the scones. Right, as you can see, I'm left with a lot of dough. You can just smush it all together again and then repeat the process by rolling it out and then just making more scones. So here I have a baking tray covered with baking paper, and now I'm just going to put all of my scones on the baking sheet. There you go, nicely and lined up with my OCD. I've whisked the egg yolk with some water, and now I'm just going to brush it on the scones. And there you go. They're ready to be put in the oven. I've preheated my oven to 150 degrees Celsius. Now I'm going to put it in and crank the heat up to 200 so that the temperature rises with the scones, if that makes sense. And now I'm going to leave them in for roughly 20 minutes. Keep an eye on them so that they don't burn. So roughly 17 minutes later, I checked, the top is brown, the scone inside is really done. I couldn't wait, I just had to try one. And there you go, the scones are ready. Now you can eat them while they're still hot because it's the best way to eat them.